Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope everyone's doing absolutely great. Today I'm here to talk about a very interesting topic. I hope this topic is going to be like really useful both in your personal and professional lives, and that is how to gain more confidence, how to become a more confident person, how to reduce your fears, how to reduce insecurities and self-doubts. Yeah, it's very important, and it's not difficult at all. It's just like habit. So today we'll talk about this, and I'll try to make it very crisp. Yeah. So let's get started. Now, the first and foremost step of becoming a more confident person is to understand yourself, understand who you are. Now, most of us in our lives, we are always in our comfort zone. So it's like, you have a job, or you're in college, or you're staying with parents, and then you have like a 9 to 5 job, and parents are taking care of your food and everything else, and then you just have to go to the job, to the office in the morning and come back home in the evening, and then that's your only job. So things are pretty much sorted, everything else is sorted, like, but then you're probably not getting the desired growth you want in that job. But then you don't want to switch jobs, or simply because you're just comfortable in your current job, and then probably you have to, for a new job, you will probably have to go to a different city, and then probably um apply to companies and stuff like that. So it's a lot of work, so you probably don't want to do that, and hence you want to stick to the current job which you have. So that's the comfort zone. Now, comfort, it's very important to get out of that comfort zone and move to a different zone. Now, when I say move out of comfort zone, now that becomes a very broad umbrella. So there's a lot of things which can be out of your comfort zone, right? Like, for example, if I have a fear of snakes, and then somebody tells me, Samana, get out of your comfort zone, and then they put me in the snake pit, that's gonna traumatize me, and I'm probably gonna get a heart attack, and I don't know what's gonna happen. But that's like a panic zone. So you don't want to get into a zone which you don't want to get out of your comfort zone and just fall into a zone which is going to like probably traumatize you, or probably make you more fearful. No, you don't want to do that. You rather want to go to a zone. So this is what it is. So there is your comfort zone, and there is a panic zone. Now, in between the comfort zone and panic zone, there is a growth zone. Now, growth zone is the zone wherein you can explore your skills, and you can understand like whatever skills you have in a better way, and then you can take up few challenges which is outside your comfort zone, and then this will help in your learning process and also in your growth trajectory, right? You take up new challenges in growth zone, and then that helps you to move ahead in life and become a more confident person. Yeah. And let me also tell you this, like, every confident person, don't think that every confident person doesn't have fears. Every person on in this world, they have fears. A confident person is someone who embraces fears, who faces the fears and overcomes it, who has stress. Everybody has stress, right? Like, every single person in this world has stress and fears and everything. But it's very important. But what these confident people do is they embrace the fears, they face it, and they move on. They don't let it overpower their confidence, you know what I mean? So that's what they do. So it's very important to be to overcome, like to embrace, to face your fears, and then so that you overcome it, like you embrace it and overcome it. Yeah. Now, next step is, it's very important to identify this growth zone of yours. Yeah. Now, okay, now I have to get out of my comfort zone. Now, okay, I have to get into the growth zone. Now, what is this growth zone about? Yeah. It's not the panic zone. It's not somewhere, I'm going to go completely lost. It, your growth zone will have stress. It's also a stress zone, but it is a manageable stress, right? Because you're taking up new challenges, it can be a bit stressful, but it is manageable. So that's your growth zone. So you can create your own growth zone exercises depending upon whatever you want to in any aspect of your life, be it your personal life or your professional life. Example, pick an area of your life where you think you lack confidence. Yeah, it can be anything where you think, okay, maybe I'm not confident enough. Like, just pick that area. Then in that area, increase the challenges that you can do. Like, list down the challenges, what you can do in that area. What, like, maybe just 3 4, like what you're thinking you need to do and you're not doing, or you can do, which will, make you more fearless, but you're not able to do it. Just list it down, and then start doing exercises to achieve those challenges in your growth zone. Yeah, you can do that. Like, example, like for public speaking, like, say for example, you are scared to talk in public, right? And then you are like more of an introvert person, like, just giving you an example. If you are in a meeting like of 8 10 people, which also has leadership team and it has a lot of managers and stuff, and then you obviously are scared to talk in public. Maybe you have a lot of knowledge, but then you're just scared to open up in public. So you can start off by, like, when someone's talking, you can start off like baby steps. Okay, you can start off by saying like, oh, okay, I agree to that. Yeah, yes, you can nod your head, you can say yes, you can say agreed, and you can say, yeah, I'm aligned on this. These are like simple things, right? You can do that, and then slowly you can start asking questions, like very very simple questions, about the presentation at the end of the day or something. Like, just start like that, and then you will see how slowly it will build your confidence. Like, I can give you my own example. When I was a child, like, I think until 6th grade, I was a very, very shy person. I was like an introvert, and I used to not do anything. And I was very average even in my studies, my CADs. Like, I was just like a very average student. Like, nobody would know I existed. But then something happened, like some enlightenment. I don't know what happened. And we used to have a lot of activities in school, and dance, art, singing, everything, like everything, public speaking, everything. So after that, I started participating in a lot of, in every competition which came my way. I started focusing on my CADs as well, and I started, like, initially in speeches and public speaking, I was like, I had so much of stage fear. Like, my heart used to beat so loud that I could hear it, and my legs used to shake and stuff like that. But then I used to still participate in that, and slowly, the more I did, I overcame my fears, and then I went on to do like debates at the district level and stuff. So it's just that, and that time I understood that it's very, like, we have a lot of fear within ourselves, but it's very important to just face it and see what happens. Like, just, something is going to happen, right? Just face it, and then obviously, even if it's a disaster, you will learn something out of it. So it's very important to do that. Next, let's talk about superego. Okay, so what is a superego? Superego is source of self-doubt. Okay, it's being like self-critical about yourself. Like, it's your mind constantly telling you, oh, you can't do this, no, you can't do this. It's like always self-doubting yourself. Like, probably, like, for example, like, you have a great idea. Okay, you are sharing it with your family, probably your father. You're telling that, what, I have this great idea, I want to share it with the people in the office. Now your father says, wow, that's a nice idea, probably something about your project or something. But then you're just scared that tomorrow when you say it in the meeting in front of like 10 other people are going to judge you, and probably your idea is stupid and it doesn't make sense to the others. So your super ego is constantly telling you that, it's constantly being critical about what's going on. It's constantly telling you that, it's constantly doubting your decisions. So it's very important to train your super ego and remove those doubts from your head. That, okay, fine, like, you may have doubts, but then you have to get over that those doubts. And what super ego does is it also like increases your stress levels. Now when you're constantly criticizing yourself in your head, you are obviously getting more stress. Now the stress adds to your super ego, right? So it's very important to, whenever you feel like too self-critical about yourself, just shut yourself down and just say that, don't let it overpower your positivity and your confidence. So whenever your mind's telling you, no you can't do it, no you can't do it, don't listen to it. Try not listening to it and try focusing more on the part where you're more positive and confident, and that you know you can do it. Just listen to that part of your brain and train your mind in such a way that your super ego subsides. Yeah, you just keep telling your mind. If you keep telling your mind, no no, I can do it, I can do it, no matter how much your mind is telling that you can't do it, if you keep telling it, at one point the super ego will subside and they'll start believing that you can do it, and that's when you can do it. It's your mind is, I have realized this, your mind is something which can clearly take control. It's your mind. You shouldn't let your mind control you. You should control your mind because it's a part of you. You are not a part of it, it's a part of you, so you shouldn't let it control you. That is what I have learned in my own life, because when I was going through a few traumatic events, um, it was very important for me to constantly tell my mind to sort of be positive. And then when you keep telling it, after some point you have to tell it a million times and then it stops, and that's when, and you have to keep doing that. So you have to control your mind rather than your mind controlling you. Okay, so, and it's very important to, as I said, to overcome your fears. You have to embrace your fears. Whenever you think you're scared of something, if you're scared of, say, probably you have stage fear, like which most people have, just take baby steps, take, probably you start at home, say give a speech in front of your father or mother and tell them how you did. Then do that in front of your group of friends, like your trustworthy friends. Give that in front of them, like give a speech in front of them, and then take give then after that, if that works well, give it in front of your class, in your own classroom. So you take baby steps and you achieve your goals like that. It definitely builds on your confidence, and it's very important to very important for you to embrace it and learn from it and just move on and do better, and that makes you more confident. Now next thing is overcoming the most common challenges. Okay, the most common challenges, first one is like stop comparing yourself to others. Okay, everybody has a different journey, and nowadays, like, social media, peer pressure, oh my god, there is so much. Okay, so like it's too much. Like, I just want to say that do not compare yourself to another person, because you don't know what's really going on in someone's life. So do not compare. As I say, the grass is always greener on the other side. You don't deal with the stuff they are probably going on in their day-to-day life, so you don't know what's exactly happening. Concentrate on your journey. Like, every person's journey is unique. Focus on your journey. You will get where you have to be, no matter what. Like, you are meant to be where you are. Like I am probably at a phase of my life which I had probably never ever imagined, but then I came to terms with it that this is what it is, right? And then I have to accept it. Now if I keep comparing my life to somebody else's life, which I obviously designed myself to see in a similar life like that, it wouldn't help me. It's just not going to help me, because it's like No, it's your journey is different and somebody else's journey is different. Everybody is having their own challenges, and it's actually, the halo effect which happens. So probably when you look at somebody, you'll be like, oh, she's so good with her communication, and then it's like when you see her communication, you also feel, oh, she's funny. You think they have other good qualities as well, and then that makes you like feel even more underconfident. So you should just stop comparing yourself to others. Just whenever you see somebody else, be happy for them, and then that's their journey, and it is got nothing to do with you, like absolutely nothing to do with you. And the person, if you want to compare yourself to someone, compare yourself to yourself, your past. Like, you have to evolve from what you were, like what you were a year back or 3 years back. You have to make sure that you become a better version of yourself, so that you can do, like, compare yourself with yourself, right? And that's what's needed. And then next thing is overcome your need for approvals. Always, like, you don't need approvals for everything, right? You don't need everyone's approval. Listen to your heart and be practical about your own life, and then take your own decisions. Don't depend on something or somebody else for your own decisions. Don't take approvals, take your own decisions. Of course you need approvals at some point, but then don't get so emotionally attached to someone, um, that you would need their approvals, because and you're just taking the approvals because it's an emotional attachment. No, don't ever do that. Make your own decisions, and it's your own life. We just have one life, and we need to, like, take control of it, right? Overcoming imposter syndrome. Now, what is an imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome is a feeling where you feel like, oh, you don't deserve it, any, like, all of this. Like, for example, you have everything with you, and then you're still like, oh, maybe I don't deserve any of this. Maybe, I don't, like, deserve, like, even 1% of this. Like, most of the celebrities, like, have admitted to having stuff like this. Like Natalie Portman, like, she's a fabulous actress, and then she was also, like, a master's in psychology from Harvard. But even she admitted that she had imposter syndrome, wherein she feels like she doesn't deserve what she has. So never get into that zone. You are in a position, or you are in that phase of your life, or you are in that situation of your life. It's all, whatever is happening around you is something which is real, right? You have to accept it, and you deserve it. Even if good things come your way, you deserve it, and if bad things come your way, you have to embrace it. So do not be stuck in an imposter syndrome, right? Then next important point is how to stop people pleasing. Like there are lot, I just don't like people pleasers. Like, there are people who I don't, I won't say I don't like, I just feel like I feel disappointed about them, because I feel a lot of people try to just please everyone, like, just say yes to, they just can't tell no, and that's pretty dangerous. Because what happens is, when you, like, keep saying yes to everything and everyone, you forget about taking care of your own self, and that really affects your mental health as well. So it's very important to start saying no. I have learned this, and it's very important to say no when you are not feeling well. Just say no when you are not. You don't want to go somewhere. Just say no. Like, have the confidence to say no. You don't have to just to fit in and blend in, and just to be in someone's good books. You don't have to say yes to that person. If they understand you, if they like you, if they trust you, they would accept you the way you are, no matter what. Even if you don't want to go somewhere, even if you don't want to do something, they would understand that and give you the space. So stop people pleasing, because it's very important to take care of your health, and if you keep doing that, you will not end up taking care of yourself, right? Now, understanding others, it's very important. Now, understanding yourself is one bit. Now, it's very important to understand others as well. It's just understand this. So we often think that, okay, whatever we do is our decisions are based on the external factors and the activities which are happening around, but the person who we compare to, okay, their decisions is because of their individual decisions. We always think like that, but then that's not true. Everyone has their own insecurities. Trust me when I say it. Like, each one of us have insecurities. Like, even if you talk about celebrities, like, they say, like, they come out in the open and say, yeah, I have insecurities. Every person is insecure about something or the other in their lives. So that's there. It's a great misunderstanding that people, they're like perfect people out there. Nobody is perfect. Everyone has insecurities, and you need to understand this about others. Okay. And we also have a great misunderstanding that, okay, others are confident, I'm not confident. No, the people you think who are confident, they have learned to stay confident. They've learned it. They've practiced confidence. They have tried to face their fears, and that's how they've become confident. You are not naturally born confident. It's a skill you develop, right? So when you look at them, it's something which they've developed. They have their own fears. So next time when you're looking at someone and saying that, okay, I'm not confident, yeah, but then look at her, she's so confident, she's so pretty, she's so perfect. It's not like that. They have their own fears. Trust me, 1000%. They have their own insecurities, they have their own fears, but what they're doing is they are trying to overcome it. They have faced their fears, they overcome it, and then they show their confidence. So that's why they're coming across as a confident person. And even you can do the same, right? So it's very important to not have these misunderstandings about other people. And it's also, there's one thing which I read the other day, like, which is very interesting. That is, when you are stressed, yeah, and when you're stressed because, or you're nervous, and when you are probably faced a rejection from someone, or someone's rejected you, in both the cases you have the body language comes across the same. Like, probably when someone's rejected you, over something, or when you're actually nervous or dejected, the body language which appears, your facial expressions and everything, it is actually the same. And that's very, very interesting to know, because it's like that kind of creates a miscommunication. Sometimes people think that you are stressed because of something, but it could be something else. So in that's why it's very, very important to communicate. It's very important to have like strong communication skills. If you cannot communicate, that is when the problems happen. And I have seen that in my life, that like, I love communicating, but then there are times when the communication hasn't been good enough, and then that's when conflicts happen. That's when problems arise. Yeah, even at workplace, it's very important to always have a very transparent communication, to avoid conflicts. Like, you don't want things built up in your head just like that, right? I mean, which is not even real. So it's very important to be clear with whatever it is, right? And next point is how to predict people accurately. Like, how do you predict people's behavior? I have a solution to that. Like, I have a secret to that. Now, the way you can predict a person's behavior, 99% of the times, is people behave the way they have behaved in the past, right? People don't change easily. Like, nobody changes. They It's like magically that happens, but generally, magically that happens in a few cases, but generally people don't change. People behave just the way they are. So if their past behavior has been bad, or in a certain way, in a certain fashion, whatever way that is, or it's been good, they're going to be the same way. Okay, it's not going to change. Yeah. And always remember, action speaks louder than words. So if their actions in the past have been of a certain manner, don't think that it's going to change in the future. Like, it's going to be like that. So people's behavior, so then you have to tweak or adjust yourself accordingly, in order to, like, if you feel like somebody, like your boss, has been arrogant to you in the past, he's going to be arrogant to you in the future as well. You have to, blend, tweak yourself. You have to, like, make your mind or make up your mind in such a way that you try to blend in well with your boss, right? That's important. And then personality types. So there are leaders, types of personalities. Leaders are the leaders, like we know about leaders and followers, right? Followers are somebody who don't take their own decisions, but then they follow somebody they get inspired with, probably a leader. Yeah, so then there's leaders, followers, and then there are misfits. Misfits are like generally they don't know where they are, like they're just confused, they're just there, and they are not able to follow anyone, and they're just confused and just there. And then there are fourth set of personality who are independent. Now, independent people are the ones who take ownership, who make their own decisions, who are who analyze their life and take the next steps, and just not dependent on somebody on their decisions, but take their own decisions. They don't follow anybody, and they don't want to depend on someone for anything. So I feel independent is the best personality type. It's very important to take ownership about everything you do in your life, and just own it. Like, it's very important to own it. Like, if you've done something, ruined something, own it. If you've done something great, something you've achieved, something really great in your life, and you've done it yourself, own it. Like, own everything you do in life, right? Then the last point would be how to manage expectation of others. It's very important to set your expectations right. Like, for example, I like me, like I have a like for example, I have a very good friend of mine. Like, she is not very punctual. Like, I'm very punctual when we go out, like to meet and stuff, but she's like always a bit late. She used to be always a bit late. We used to do masters together back in college. Yeah, back in the day. So she has to always be late and has to be on time. So then we you have to, if that person is very dear to you, you have to always come to a middle ground and then agree on something, set expectations, and then that's how you work things, right? Otherwise it creates conflict. So it's very important to sort of do that for yourself, so that you create expectations. Like, even at workplace, you set expectations that, what, after 6 p.m. I cannot take calls, I'm so sorry, like, it's my family time. And then just set that expectation. Nobody is going to bother you. And people complain that, oh, people are texting me late in the night and stuff. You have not set that boundaries, you've not set those expectations, and that's why people are doing that to you. If you would have said that, nobody would have bothered you late in the night. So set expectations right from the beginning, so that helps to clear the air and make a, it also helps in the communication, I believe. Yeah, it helps in a lot of ways. So that's it. That's about communication, that's about confidence. Please use these things in your everyday life. I'm sure it's going to build your confidence. It's going to help you in your interviews. It's going to help you in your personal, professional relationships with your friends and colleagues and family. And it's definitely going to make you a more stronger and a more confident person. I hope this video is helpful. And if it is, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Thank you guys. Cheers. Bye.